Welcome to AI Chain Reaction, the podcast where we unpack the incredible world of artificial intelligence and automation. Each week, we're diving deep into the tech that's reshaping our lives, our businesses, and our future. From groundbreaking innovations and the latest industry news to practical strategies on how you can leverage AI automation for growth. We're covering it all. We'll be joined by leading experts, innovators, and thought leaders who are at the forefront of this digital revolution. Are you ready to explore how one small change can set off a massive chain reaction of progress? Then you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Welcome back to AI Chain Reaction, the show where we unpack how AI and automation are transforming the way we work, move, and deliver value. I'm Nick Winters, and today we're diving into the world of transloading and supply chain operations with a very special guest. With us is Adam, Vice President of Sales at Transload.co. Adam is an accomplished tech and sales leader who has spent years driving digital transformation and growth in various industries. Now he's applying that expertise to the logistics world, helping yards streamline and scale their operations. Adam, welcome to the show.
Nick, thank you for having me on.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Adam, we're thrilled to have you. Your background in spanning tech, enterprise sales, and process automation is exactly what the logistic world needs. What was the biggest aha moment that convinced you the transloading industry was ready for a digital solution like Transloads.com?
It was actually a random meeting of someone who became a really close friend by now. One of my co-founders, Mike. Mike spent 40 years doing transloading across the United States and Canada. And after 40 years of experience behind the belt, his big aha moment was that there's really nothing good and easy and affordable for transload yards to manage their operations. The reality is it's a niche industry within logistics, and the niche is too small for the big guys to go after. And so the industry has been left to kind of fend for itself with Excel, pen and paper, and any other solution that can Mickey Mouse to help them manage their operations. So
Awesome.
Meeting Mike kind of opened the eyes to see an opportunity where no one else will go. Hey, we have an opportunity to help these businesses deliver them in an enterprise-grade solution at a price point that a small, medium-sized business can afford.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And for context, Transload.co is a relatively new company, right? I believe it was founded in 2021 and you joined in early 2022. How did this opportunity come about? And you did know the founders beforehand?
So I am one of the founders.
Yes. Yeah.
Technically. And the company started as a COVID project.
Okay. Oh, yes.
As a side gig, just to see, hey, can we actually accomplish something? Can we actually do something useful with our time? And as a byproduct, help these small, medium-sized businesses come out stronger on the other side of this big black void that was in front of us. So the idea was, hey, let's build a simple solution that's easy to use, easy to understand, very quick to pick up as a business. And let's just find a couple customers who are willing to beta test it and give us feedback on it, see if there's an actual value in the marketplace for such a solution. We've spent couple months working on it part-time just to build the prototype, the minimum viable product, sourced some early beta customers, got great feedback. There was a huge need for a solution like this. So we decided to go into this full-time.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's very interesting. But it sounds like its role is becoming even more critical with these trends. Yet a lot of transload operations, especially smaller ones, haven't been as quick to adopt modern technology. Could you paint a picture of how these operations typically run and what challenges they face?
They're simple businesses. They're fairly simple to operate. They're not an Amazon fulfillment warehouse, right?
Yes, yeah.
But they have a very different scale of needs to consider. So a lot of solutions on the marketplace are really a bad fit for them. They're more designed for high volume fulfillment warehouse management rather than a transload operation. So that's what opened the gate for us to come in and step in and deliver a purpose-built solution for transloading.
Definitely.
Until we came in, and still most of our new customers that we acquire are coming off of solutions like Excel. Probably 80% are running their operations on Excel or on a platform that's been built in the 80s and is,
Yes.
there's no longer any support for it. There's no maintenance. There's nobody to answer a call if something goes wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I would say maybe another 10, 15% are literally managing with pen and paper. So they're maintaining folders and filing cabinets of papers. And that's just leaving their customers behind. They're not giving their customers access to their real time data, falling behind their competition, larger, more scaled up, better equipped, better financed organizations. So our goal was to help these small, medium sized businesses present a more professional, more well organized image to their prospective customers and their existing customer base.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, no, and I absolutely agree with that. What do most people outside of your specialty misunderstand or underestimate about the work being done in this space?
So I think the big gap, at least from what I can see in the marketplace, is not seeing the complexity of the operations.
Definitely.
Most transloads manage more than one commodity type or storage capacity. So they might start off doing, let's say, lumber transloading. But with
Yes.
time, they move on to doing steel transloading or transloading pallets or shipping containers or bulk commodities. And the
Oh, yeah.
challenge is that there's really not a single platform out there that can allow them to scale or move from one commodity to another or from managing one uh, area of storage to another. You might get a warehouse management system, but
Mhm.
that really poorly translates to managing your inventories in an open air lot in a yard. Most point solutions out there are for, let's say, warehouse management or for yard management, but they have a really hard time crossing the boundaries between bulk transloading, transloading pallets, transloading lumber, transloading steel, and other commodities.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's exactly right. So, if we were having this conversation 5 years from now, what do you think would look completely different in your industry and what might stay exactly the same?
I think we're all scared of super intelligent AI taking some of our
Definitely.
jobs.
Yeah. Yes.
Barring that from happening, I think the industry is really hungry for good solutions, for simple solutions that do not take 3 months to train and be able to use because they do experience team turnover. You cannot stop your operations for 3 weeks or 3 months to get somebody trained on something complex like Oracle or SAP. They need something that can be um, adopted in a matter of days, maybe a week at the most. So I see the industry moving forward towards simplicity, and that can be accomplished in a couple different ways. One is focusing on working closely with customers, understanding how their operations work, how their businesses operate, and trying to structure the solution to match their operating practices. Second is to help them overcome some of their operational challenges with intelligent solutions like involving some AI, right? We'll never be able to
Absolutely.
replace people in a physical world. um, the bots, human AI bots, are decades away, at least in my understanding, to replace us. So there's still a human element, and we have to tailor to the human element, especially in something as physically challenging and as transloading, where you do not have exactly marked out locations like in a Amazon warehouse where a robot can navigate with GPS or barcodes and QR codes to exact specific location where something is positioned. Transloading is very different from that. And so I see there are opportunities to simplify user interfaces, there are opportunities to simplify processes, and there are opportunities to take over some of the manual user data entry with intelligent AI solutions to help them expedite some of the minion tasks that they have to perform currently, or even switching from one application to another to copy and paste data between multiple systems. A lot of this can be automated for them to make their lives a little easier and more productive.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Simplicity is key, time is money. So I couldn't agree more with that. So where do you see the biggest opportunities in innovation or impact within your industry right now?
I think we are pursuing that list of needs that we see our small, medium sized business customers demanding. One is cloud based solution, and we're already there, right?
Yes.
So they're used to dealing with on premise solutions like Excel or Windows applications from the 80s and early 90s, which is just hard to maintain. It's not scalable. There's no disaster recovery. There's nothing in terms of helping them with business continuity if something goes wrong. So bringing a cloud-based solution already alleviates a lot of the pain points they've historically faced. Second is bridging the gap between the field operations and the back office. It's still a standard practice to use walkie-talkies for communication, and I don't see that going away. Taking it a step further, giving the field crews opportunity to use mobile applications to navigate them with a digital pick list versus having to print out paper-based pick lists, or giving the manager in the office real-time updates on the inventory movements or loading of an unloading of an or loading of an outbound shipment, or being able to take a photo to document the state of a load, either coming in or leaving your facility, either for managing your own liability or to just give your customers insight into the quality work that you are doing for them in managing and carefully handling their inventories. So we've already bridged the gap of cloud solutions and connecting the field operations with the back office. The next thing is digitizing a lot of their operations, giving them tools they couldn't access with, let's say, Excel, giving them a built-in barcode or QR code scanner to improve quality assurance, quality controls processes, uh, giving th- giving their customers access to their own data with a customer portal, right? Automating sending messages like proof of delivery, proof of shipment emails to their customers, so they don't have to do that manual back and forth of, hey, what's the status of this shipment? And trying to manage the customer relationship. The system can automate all of that. So these things are already happening, are available there. The next things we are exploring is intelligent document processing, helping our customers
Hmm.
retrieve, parse PDF orders from their customers and help them quickly fill out the necessary forms to capture the information into our system so they can track it without having to read and type in and copy and paste from a PDF or an image that their customer sent. And this is a huge industry problem, I would say.
Definitely.
95% of the communication happens via email and PDF. There aren't
Yes.
really well established, not at this scale of operations, there aren't really well established or interconnected electronic data interchange or EDI protocols. We're hoping that we will be able to elevate the industry to share information via APIs and EDI in the future, but it's not the reality of now. Right now, the reality is 90+% of communication and orders happens via email with a PDF attachment. So we're trying to parse those PDFs, extract the necessary information, automatically populate the forms, give the user opportunity to review the pre-filled information, and cut out extra 5-10 minutes of their life to free them up to do something more useful.
I know, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like an incredible, like, all-in-one solution for these transfer yards.
That's our model, all in one.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And you mentioned even small operations can use it. I was curious, how have you structured it to be so easy to own? Is it a cloud subscription model, and what's the approach there?
Yeah, so we have, I would say, I think we innovated with our pricing a little bit in a sense that we can offer an enterprise grade solution with a pay per use model.
That's
So
awesome.
if we have customers who are literally just starting a new transload facility, right? They don't have the volumes to justify a full monthly or annual subscription, but they can very easily pay per shipment as they're scaling up. Once they scale up to a certain volume, it definitely makes sense, more sense for them to switch to a monthly subscription or an annual subscription to manage their costs and simplify the billing a little bit more. But the fact that we can deliver pay per shipment pricing, I think, is quite unique in the industry.
Definitely.
Secondly, being able to build the solution on a serverless architecture gives our team and our company tremendous ability to scale without incurring a sunk cost upfront. So that gives us ability to keep our pricing very affordable, even to the very first customer. Because assuming we have customers, we practically have no costs.
That's incredible.
So the underlying architectural choices made it possible for us to transfer our cost savings to them for their benefit. So our pricing model is basically designed to ask our customers, hey, whatever you charge to handle one shipment, let's pass those charges towards your software for managing your entire operation. So one shipment equals, subscription for the month for Transloads. That's
Yeah, yeah, it's incredible, having an all-in-one solution that's accessible for everyone, who wouldn't love that?
Yeah, the challenge is scaling this up and still maintaining the same pricing as you're adding more and more capabilities and more features. Because as you know, the
Absolutely.
compute time adds up the more compute you do for your customers.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, could you share a quick example of a recent success story, maybe a time when your team solved a tricky logistics problem or helped a client recover from a potential disruption or any other success story?
I don't want to name our customers' name,
Definitely,
and I think it'll become obvious why in a second.
of
But
course.
we often get calls from prospective customers who
Mhm.
are at risk of losing their key tenant or their key business partner because of their
Okay.
outdated business practices, right? So, unfortunately, as easy Excel might be to
Mhm.
train a new person to use, there are severe drawbacks from using Excel. One is
Yes.
there's just a loss of communication between the field operations and the back office. So you can easily lose track of your inventories. There are no built in quality controls, quality assurance processes into Excel. Your customers do not have real time visibility into their inventories, into their shipments. Nothing is
Yes.
documented and easily accessible with either photography or attached original documents from the customer. So there are just multiple points of failure built into managing your business with, let's say, Excel or pen and paper. So a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot, but a good portion of our customers who come to us come because they're facing trouble with their anchor customer, with their own anchor customer, right?
Yes.
So we're stepping into a situation where we're trying to stabilize both their business operations and their customer relationship. So, given our expertise and background in transloading, we have a really well established network throughout the industry. And we don't shy away from working directly with their customers to give them a status update on, "Hey, this is what we're doing with this team. We're putting in place this solution. This is going to allow them to streamline their processes, improve your communication. It'll give you a real time access to your own data. And this quickly changes their customers' perception of, okay, they're really trying hard, they're trying to do the right thing. And in fact, if they can accomplish this, this will really transform the service that they're providing us, right? So it's taking them to a next level of being able to provide high quality service, not to just their existing customer base, but even being able to bring in new customers, being able to present the benefits of their operations, how the software gives the customers all the benefits of the new software, just makes it so much easier to acquire new business as well. The last two customers we've onboarded in the past month were unfortunately coming from the point of, hey, we need saving.
Yes.
I enjoy working with these customers because I feel like we're making a real change in their life,
Absolutely.
not just incremental improvement in their operations, but really a transformational change that helps them carry their business forward.
Exactly. Yeah. No, a win's a win, but those are definitely the sweetest wins. Um,
And honestly, we make friends for life this way.
absolutely. Yeah.
I enjoy that part of working with these customers.
I totally agree with that. So, how do data and automation play into your customer's experience? And is it data accuracy, carrier performance, speed of coding, or just any other thing to stay ahead of market volatility and any challenges?
Um, Again, our customers are fairly simple. There
Yes.
are they're looking for basically ability to manage their business quickly, simply, and effectively. They do not have extensive IT staff. They do not have complex operations. Existing solutions make it very complex for them to manage their businesses.
Yes. Definitely.
So what they're looking from us is one, data accuracy for sure. As I mentioned,
Definitely.
a good chunk of our customers come to us asking for help to basically save their business, save their operations from multiple points of failure. So data accuracy is critical. Second is just improving their customer experience. which I think is very important for being able to maintain and manage your customer relations. How do you communicate? What do you offer to your customers in terms of being able to not just self service, but to have confidence in your service, right? How do you
Yes.
document the work that you've done? Using Excel, you cannot, I mean, you could take photos offline and package them in a zip file and send it off to your customer, but that's just such a clunky and inconvenient process versus giving
It
your
really is.
access to a purpose built customer portal where they can quickly slice and dice the data. They can search by a rail car number or a PO number, find the inbound, check the status of the inventories as it came in on the rail car, see the inventories, how they've been stored in the warehouse or in the yard, whether the operations follow their storage instructions, right, accurately. Next step, I think, next thing is quality controls. So one is documenting the work you've done, having checklists for your operations, for your field operations, to make sure that they're first maintaining safe operations for themselves and that they're maintaining certain quality standards for customers. And that may be more or less important depending on the commodities you're transloading, especially if you're dealing with food grade bulk transload operations. Quality controls come into play into a much greater extent than dealing, let's say, with lumber, which has much lower
Oh, yeah.
demands for quality assurance. So being able to document what you're doing, all steps being fully auditable and visible to your customers, is truly transformational. Something that the industry has been lacking for years or decades.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely see how all this play into to your customer's experience. So those are all great to have as well. Do you think there's a role for AI maybe in predictive pricing, lane optimization, driver performance, or something else entirely?
It's a good question. Uh, on the scale of needs,
Hmm.
I think those are nice to haves for our customers. Occasionally, we get a request, hey, can we track you know, uh, eh, field operator performance. And to a certain extent,
Yes,
we do, but I don't know that at the scale of their operations, managing that performance would really make transformational changes for them. We're dealing with small, medium-sized businesses, right? If you're dealing
absolutely. Yeah.
with a scale of, let's say, Amazon, 2% improvement in performance adds up to millions or billions of dollars, right? When
Yes.
you're dealing with a small medium sized operation of 5 to 20, 30, 50 team members, change is not that much, especially
Yes.
when it comes at the cost of complexity. So we are playing this very delicate game of trying to maintain simplicity and usability with how much of a comprehensive solution we can deliver. Because at some point, you cross that barrier of where your solution becomes so complex because of its completeness that you lose that the benefits you've acquired because of that completeness do not outpace the drawbacks of complexity that you've introduced with it. So in terms of AI, we are mainly looking at the parts of their work that take up the most time. And I think
Definitely.
where that comes into play is transcribing data first as a data intake, and perhaps at some point we can look at automating data movement between systems. If direct API integration is not possible, there might be room or opportunities for RPA type of robotic process automation to streamline data movement between non-integrated systems. That's a little further off simply because of the diversity of the customer base we're dealing with.
Definitely.
We're
Yeah.
dealing with transloads that connect to the rails. We're dealing with transloads that connect to shipping ports. We're dealing with transloads that just operate truck to truck, right? So this diversity makes it more difficult because there isn't one, major underlying platform that they all connect to. Each of these transloads has their own either local state port system or rail system that they have to interact with. So that introduces that complexity because of the diversity of systems that they have to deal with on the back end. So RPA solutions might be a way to go if direct API integration is not possible. But I think the biggest, most immediate need is maintaining data cleanness, data accuracy, and that's helping to automate, streamline, and review data intake.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of things it can, automate, especially when it comes to, reporting and data entry, all those manual tasks. But yes, it definitely, with how diverse it is, it can be a lot.
Yeah, so for instance, right now we're trying to introduce intelligent document processing
That's cool.
capabilities into our platform. But it's such a complex problem. We don't have the nice and easy use case of, let's say, insurance or a healthcare company where you're dealing with millions of documents, but they're all looking exactly the same. The
Goodness.
challenge we are facing is, imagine we have 10 customers, and each of our customers has 10 customers, and each of them has a different looking form, right? So that quickly becomes a challenge in itself because the more customers you acquire, the more layouts, the more different forms you have to process. So the solution we're trying to build might be somewhat unique in ability to quickly recognize new form layouts, new PDF layouts, new image layouts, and intelligently extract the information that we need to populate on a form intake.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Adam, this has been fascinating. You've had an incredible journey so far. Hypothetically, if you had a magic wand to fix one thing in the business right now, be it a manual operation process or a sales lead generation challenge that is slowing down your path to your next growth stage, what would that one thing be?
I think you have touched on it. We've
Mhm.
been taking a very passe approach to our market in a sense that most customers come to us. They find
Yes.
I think we would like to change that going forward in a
Mhm.
sense of having a more proactive outreach to our potential customer base. And that could start with something as simple as starting to attend some of the industry specific conferences to introduce us, but also perhaps a more direct outreach, either through cold calling or email campaigns or engaging them through other channels that can make them aware that there are affordable, easy to use solutions to replace their outdated business practices. Often just comes to the fact that either you don't know that something is available, because from what we're seeing, yes, there are solutions. They're extremely expensive and they're extremely difficult to use.
Yes, yeah.
You just may not be aware that there is something that's actually affordable and easy to use. So that's a problem, right? Unless
Yes,
you know, you don't know. And a second point is just giving them the understanding that the transition can be very simple.
definitely.
Everyone is scared of change. No matter who
Yes.
you are, what you do, change does not feel comfortable. And you're coming always with the assumption that it will take weeks or months of hard work to implement the change. And we are proud to say that we can fully onboard and have our customers running literally within 3 days. So that's something that they may not realize until they speak with.
Yeah, everyone's scared of change, like you said. But the simplicity y'all bring, definitely I think alleviates all of that for sure. Well, wrapping up, for founders or product leaders listening and learning how to build AI into their business, what advice would you give them?
Start early, learn from other people's mistakes,
Definitely.
and build an amazing team, build an amazing company culture. I have to say I've been extremely lucky as a co-founder to work with an incredible team. And this
Absolutely.
team we're building, I think their own success comes from the company culture we are trying to establish, in a sense that they're not working for us, they're working with us, and they're taking personal pride and leadership on the solutions that they're delivering to our customers. And we are building incentive structures in our own operations to make sure that every team member on our team feels like they're part of the company, that they're not working for the company, but that they're part of it. So, one, build an amazing team. Second, start early, start learning, start exploring, talk to people, talk to your customers to understand their needs, and learn from your competitors. They have probably done a lot of what you're trying to do. If you're just starting up, see how they've done it. See if they've done it the right way. Don't assume that your competitors know what they're doing. Be innovative. Try crazy ideas. See if they work, and move on.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Well, Adam, before we sign off, For listeners who are intrigued and maybe facing similar challenges in their operations, where can they learn more about transloads.co or get in touch with you and your team?
Sure. As most of our customers find us online, you can Google or go to ChatGPT, ask about transloads.co. We're in the process of revamping, upgrading our website to showcase the new features we've been recently releasing. And from there, you can easily reach out to us. If you'd like to reach out to me personally, find me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to connect.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Adam. For everyone listening, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to go follow Adam and transloads.co and follow AI Chain Reaction for more conversations at the intersection of AI, logistics, and business innovation.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of AI Chain Reaction. Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring the incredible world of AI and automation with us. We hope today's discussion sparked some new ideas and gave you valuable insights into how these technologies are shaping our future. Don't let the conversation stop here. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. For more resources and to learn how AI automation can transform your business, visit us at wintersAIsolutions.com. Thanks again for being part of our community. Until next time, keep innovating and stay curious.